Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company. So glad to see you and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I'm a happy camper because today folks, I'm fishing with everyone's favorite boatless angler. I've got Antonio with me today, and yes folks, we are fishing boatless. We are here fishing the shoreline of the Lower Niagara River, and what I'm doing today folks is I'm just bottom bouncing with a bead. And Antonio on the other hand, he opted to go with roe, so he's using roe. And I'm gonna bottom bounce a bead, and today folks we're looking for steelhead. The month of April is a great month for the steelhead bite, and I am running a T-turn bait rig folks. I've got the Thundermist T-turn on. I'm using the size extra small, which I like to use for trout, the extra small or the small. And I'm going down to about 2 feet to a sinker, and then to my bead. My bead line is a couple inches shorter than my sinker line. And my bead folks, I have pegged it about 2 inches above my hook, and the hook I'm using is just it's an octopus style hook. It's size 6, and I like to peg my bead about 2 inches above the hook so that it doesn't interfere with the hook set, but yet still allows me to set the hook on the fish. So 2 inches above my hook seems to be a good location for the bead. And the bead I'm running today folks is an 8mm size bead. I also brought a 10mm size bead. The 10mm is a glow color. The 8mm, the one I'm using, is more of a caramel color. But I went with the smaller one only because the water, folks, is very clear here today. And as a general rule, the murkier the water, the bigger the bead. So I went with the smaller bead, and I went with the caramel color. Antonio brought a nice orange colored bead, and the first thing he said was, how about use my orange colored one instead of the caramel colored? But I'm gonna go with the caramel today, but although orange is a nice color as well. That's the beauty with beads. You could experiment with different sizes and different colors. They're readily available. You don't necessarily need roe bags to catch trout. And I'm really hoping for a nice steelhead today, folks. So glad you could join me. The month of April, I finally took off my winter hat, and I'm into a regular cap now, so I'm really happy about that. It's a beautiful spring day, and I'm glad to be joining it with you. Okay, I told you.
Nice.
He just picked it up and ran. There we go, folks. We've got our first hookup of the night right here. Beautiful, beautiful, nice bite. Now here's the thing when you're fishing with beads, folks. You gotta keep them moving. You gotta keep that line bouncing along the bottom, and that's what I was doing today. Like Antonio, you can pause yours along the way. You could still fish because Antonio, he's using natural bait. He's got the roe on. Oh, but when you're using the artificial baits, as I am with the bead, you gotta keep it moving.
Feels good?
It feels like a decent fish. He actually picked it up and he just started running with it. Nice. I gave him a nice little hook set. I'm using my favorite rod, folks. It's 6.5 feet long. And I know a lot of people like to use longer fishing rods, but when you're bottom bouncing, honestly, a 6.5, 7, or 7.5 foot rod is really all you need. And in fact, it's much more comfortable, and you get a lot more control over your rod if it's not so long. Feels like a decent fish.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, this is spring fishing, folks. I love it. Month of April. Is it a brown? Looks a little dark. No, okay. Oh, there's a jump. It's a nice steelhead. Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Nice fish.
Oh, that is a really, really nice. Look at that steelhead there, folks. Look at that fish. I'm gonna take him out. That's a gorgeous fish. He's got the spawning colors on him. You can see the coloration on him. Beautiful, beautiful fish. And the hook is just right there in the side of the mouth. And of course, the T-turn did its job. Kept me nice and tangle free, allowing that bait to work nicely. And I think I'm just going to use my needle nose and just poke that out. We're going to take a quick photo for our Facebook and Instagram friends. I think we're going to release this one.
Yeah, nice
okay.
Fish though.
It's a beautiful, beautiful steelhead. Boy, oh boy. Okay, let's get the pliers out. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go, folks. That's what it's all about right there. Spring fishing for Lower Niagara River steelhead. And that is one gorgeous fish. Beautiful, beautiful steelhead right there. Gave me a real nice fight. We're gonna do a nice little release here. There you go, Mr. Steelhead. That, folks, is what April steelhead fishing is all about. And the river, the the seasons are open now, right? All the tributaries. You could fish the tributaries. We're fortunate we could fish here all year round, but April is just a solid month for...
It's the month.
It is the month, no question about it. So if you haven't been out yet, folks, get out there, give steelhead fishing a try. Whether you've got a river or a creek or a tributary coming in, or whether you're fishing a stocked area, just get on out there and enjoy some of this great spring weather and spring fishing that we have here in North America. And wherever you are today, folks, I want to thank you ever so much for tuning in to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing.
Nice.
That was great, eh?
Yeah.
Let's go get some more.
Sure.